So this is Corp, who going into Nice were in, I think, 6th or 7th place, something really low, something we did not expect from that squad going into the split, and they've managed to turn it around beautifully.
They sure have, but right into the draft, already getting through a lot of champions. LeBlanc, Twisted Fate, and Rise, all thrown at Seiken. My goodness.
Yeah.
On the other side, going to see the Zeri, going to see the Gwen, going to see the Karma. Now the pick's starting to come through here for us. Beatdown will be BDSA that are able to grab themselves a jungler and get the favorable bot lane that we've been talking about a lot too.
Yeah, I do like the Xin Zhao there for Shio. We talked about early game. We talk about it a lot. Ravi even mentioned on the desk about proactivity and how Corp are active in the early game. And we know it. We've seen it time and time again. So you're going to do this one of two ways if you're BDSA. You're going to grab an early game jungler, like we're seeing, or you grab something that scales into the later game, maybe like the Hekra. BDSA go for the former, but Shio, although the pressure of this champion is going to be very valuable, KC is a team who knows how to find a lot of these windows and openings to make the early game plays that they want to play. So you're going to have to be there. You're going to have to respond to these plays or force your laners to be able to be more passive. Accept the fact that, hey, look, I'm not there right now. You gotta understand, 113 is probably in the area. Play safe.
Play safe. And now, let's see what we get for the Phase 2 bans. Will there be another mid lane ban thrown here for Seiken? He does have, of course, the luxury of being able to save this to the very last pick, and I have to imagine that there isn't really a whole lot more that you can ban out that's going to hurt his pool. We know he can dig pretty deep into that pocket, getting some Aurelian Souls and things like this into the mix as of late. So will be, though, KC banning out a couple top laners here. Going to put some pressure on that Gnar, going to put some pressure onto that Ornn, make sure that it's not going to be in the draft and not going to be a top lane rock here for BDSA.
Yeah, it makes sense. You want to get rid of any sort of hard engage you can, or at least the more consistent ones, just because of the fact that when you're playing Aphelios and Jinx, Jinx does outrange you for the most part, and that's why you want to be able to allow your Aphelios to get through, especially with how popular PTA has become on this champ. This dude blows people up. You just need to buy him space. And on the other hand, BDSA, they're getting rid of these top picks for Cabochard, who we know has just been lighting it up on these carry champions. It's Irelia. It could be the Graves, Jace, Lee Sin, if he wants to. Oh my God, yeah, he did do that. All of these options are there for him, and that's why they're just trying to take away what they can. But with the Zoe pick, I think they are going to have to put Cabochard on something a little more engage-oriented.
I think that's a fair point here for us, but they do have the luxury of swapping some things around if they want to maybe, you know, pick up an engaged jungler. That
maybe it's
be an option, right? Yeah, you can kind of swap. Yeah, you can swap some things around here with the draft. So I do like that coming in. But BDSA, they are going to at least lock in that Syndra, it would appear, which would be a good matchup into that Zoe. Kind of stop her whenever she comes in with that R, burst her down, find a lot of damage to respond with, and that will be the first one at least picked up.
Yeah, a lot of power in this mid-jungle duo here for BDSA. The opportunity to be active in this early game. You have a lot of lane push there early into the Zoe. You do have a lot of damage coming through with this jungle as well, so potentially Sheikah could be there to set things up for his jungler. I love this play here. This is literally the pick where we saw the pentakill in week 1 from Aggressive Blue. That's right, the cannon that we are so excited to see. When Ornn is gone, when Gnar is gone, who do you turn to? It's the little Yordle.
It's the little Yordle that has a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Game-changing, slicing maelstroms could be in the cards now for BDSA, but KC, what do they want to get? It's an immediate KC up against BDSA, both teams 7-4. This one plays massive implications for who could rise to the top here, contest LDLC and Vitality, who are sitting pretty up there. But one of these teams here will come out with a win. Will be 8-4. As you see a little level 1 coming here for KC, just seeing if they can get away with anything, but more or less they get that ward down on blue to figure out exactly where Shio's going to be starting off.
No one is pathing. It's going to be super important, especially because it looks like we might see some opposite starts coming through. Playing towards your Aphelios makes a lot of sense. I mean, BDSA as a team, very bot focused, and with a player like Crownshot, I can't say I blame them here. So we're going to see Shio probably full clear to top side and could potentially go for a red into a gank, which is something I would particularly like to see just because of how strong you are early on the Xin Zhao. And on the other end, 113, you talked about it, action in the top lane, and that does mean you could set up ways to put Aggressive behind once more.
Eyes on Shio on the blue buff, and once you get eyes on Shio, where's 113 going? You know, that's the immediate question you have to ask right now. because he has been so active. Level 3 dives. A lot of it comes in, though, with the coordination of the setup in the lanes where they slow stack the wave after a bounce, and they put themselves in a spot and saying, hey, on this wave right here, we can dive. And on some of those waves that you find the successful dives, it puts the laners so far behind because they miss out on all that golden XP. So we'll see exactly what his plan is. Maybe right now it might be a path to the top side like we were kind of already highlighting. Even an early ward coming through here from Aggressivu saying, listen, I know what happened last time. I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. Ward in the try rush here just in case he paths.
I mean, really good ward, and the fact that you see Chico managed to get a ward on the Raptors as well, they're going to have a full idea of where 113 is going to go. You see the question mark ping coming through, so they already have the inkling that, okay, 113 probably pathing to the top side of the map. Aggressivu has that ward for safety here, and already I think that's 113 pinging the top side. He's just going to skip the Raptors and move his way to the top side, but that ward should give the indication.
Yeah, Aggressivu should definitely know this. Pings are coming down like, hey, he's not on his Raptors anymore, guys. But this could still end up being a successful play. Bot lane, a little bit of aggression coming in. Odote will lose out on a little bit of HP. And now will just be Aggressivu respecting the fact that 113 is here and will move in. Just doing a little checking here with the Q, seeing if he can figure out where he is.
Yeah, and it's tough. Yeah, I like that ward too from Cabochard. So Aggressivu can't hide in the brush there to grab that XP. But the window has closed. 113 isn't going to be able to find anything. So well played to dodge that first gank for the moment here. And now, because of that, you can see Chico is in a perfect position to move with his jungler towards his bottom side of the map. In fact, they're already setting up for a bot lane dive, but I love the respect. Reckless, Huntera, look at them, they're already gone.
Yeah, they're the opposite end of this. This is usually what KC are doing, but as you highlight the fact that they get eyes on 113 in the top side, they're now able to do this, and they're not even interested in sticking around for it, right? It's an immediate reset for Shio. And we'll see, Zico go back to lane, get himself in a spot where he's going to be able to catch this wave, but it's just that additional pressure, make Reckless lose out on a bit of CS, and there is going to be a slight edge for as far as the CS numbers here for Crown Shot early.
Yeah, we got a big move coming through from 113 and Seiken.
I think Aggressivu is going to be fine here. Seiken is pretty far behind. Aggressivu actually deals some good amount of damage back, but now they have eyes on the junglers. Ajote will not be able to find the flash. Will get taken low, forced out of lane more than likely, and Crown Shot might also be forced to back away.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate trade there. Huntera getting a really nice catch out here on the Leona, and it's a really nice play from Aggressivu. Again, dodging yet another gank, just recognizing the timing that, okay, this is a big wave coming to my turret. I need to be very far away from here because I know Shio is very close by. So both, or rather all laners so far, really good job understanding the pressure that they're under and not getting punished for it so far. That's why we haven't seen a kill yet at this 5-minute mark, despite no lack of effort, mind you, especially from KC's side, who we know keep looking for these sorts of plays. At the moment, things are going to be slow. We're going to get close to that level 6 mark for the mid laners and probably the solo laners in general, and that's the big thing to look for here. Aggressivu isn't going to be able to TP because of the changes, of course, that came with Season 12, but if they manage to make a play towards that top side, they can make full use of that Slicing Maelstrom.
All right, Huntera, he's coming up here to protect Cabochard, who could be in a bit of trouble. This is going to be a fairly big wave. Shio's here, Adote is here, so everyone matching one another except for 113, and yet they're going to be well aware of what's happening. Cabochard should be free to pick up this wave. They will not try to force the play. This is definitely the correct call.
Man, it's just so smart from both of these teams. So much back and forth, so many attempts, reads. It feels like a chess match that we're watching between KC and BDSA. Nothing has been lost just yet, but this opening, because they showed top, because you knew the play was happening, we'll give 113 the opportunity to pick up this dragon, and a very early one at that, considering what we've seen today.
Should go over uncontested, and it will be the case here. So will be a pickup for the side of Corp. Nicely done. X-Tech Dragon now in their pocket very early on. Can think about maybe some of that early Dragon stacking here for themselves if they're able to keep this going. Cabochard, though, Vanguard's Edge comes out. Immediate flash there from Aggressivu, showing a lot of respect. Still only level 5.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way. Without that Slicing Maelstrom, he was dead to rights, so he has to get out of there, and that is a big deal. You don't have that play to be made if you wanted to dive top for the next couple minutes, but at the very least, Aggressivu might be able to turn when he has that Slicing Maelstrom to work with. Taking the dragon for KC is nice, because now KC can put a lot of their attention on this top side of the map. Yeah, 113 is here for the lane just to make sure Shio doesn't try any funny business, but now soon you can see KC's bot lane move to the top side of the map here, go for that lane swap, and set up for the Rift Herald play and not worry about losing anything in the process.
Reset for 1-1-3. Seiken taking a look at how he's going to be able to perform on Zoe. Got so many bans thrown his way in this game, as he typically does in just about every single game. But we know the power of the Zoe, especially when she gets going, and once you get a little bit of map control, it becomes a little bit more difficult to deal with her at the moment. But BDS, have to say, have done a really good job so far, making sure that the early game has stabilized. They actually have the slight goal lead here purely through the CSing. And I don't think any turret plates have gone over, so it really is just the CSing early that they've been able to kind of build up for themselves, put themselves at a spot where there could be an advantage. But 1-1-3 says, I'm going to come say hello to you at the blue buff, see if I can deny this one. The smites are available for both sides, and it's going to go the way of Shio. 1-1-3 won't be able to find it, but he'll make sure he puts on the pressure nonetheless.
And it's looking like he's going to keep up with that harassment. They know about it too, but nobody's going to be able to do anything about it. Dote is just walking out of base. Is a little behind on Huntera, and Shio has to respect that his support isn't there with him. Wow, 1-1-3 really doesn't like him, but there's actually a pretty good opening here. Now that this big stacked wave to shut top lane, Aggressivu is here. There is a slicing Maelstrom available to him if they want to fight for this Rift Herald.
Aggressivu got that wave shoved in, moved over. Camps will be secured. That means that Shio might actually hit level 6 before 1-1-3 does, but 1-1-3 does have the tempo advantage, as the bubble will end up connecting, but shouldn't be any follow-up. Shio's there, even had the lantern just in case Adote could have walked back if needed, but Huntera, does he want to make something happen here in the top side? 1-1-3 might also join him, might just be a bit of a setup around another neutral objective. This Rift Herald, I believe, was started up here.
Yeah, it's looking like it will be, especially with Huntera on that side of the map. Dote shows mid. Problem is, Aggressivu is also in the area, but he's going to go ahead and blast cone away. And you can see it. They know they have the confirmation, and Aggressivu walks away. What does that mean? Reckless has to back away. Knows Shio is more than likely on his side of the map. And this ends up being really nice. Not fighting for the Herald means that you're just going to be able to give all this pressure to Crown Shot to get, what's that, 2 plates worth of gold, which is what you always end up getting from the Rift Herald anyway.
So Crown Shot gets to collect some free plates. Meanwhile, a lot of camps are actually lost here for 1-1-3, and now the teleport is going to come down. This shouldn't finish the tower fully. Aggressivu, will he move in? He doesn't use the Slicing Maelstrom just yet, but now they're going to go for the dive. He's forced to use it. Kidding? The damage is there. 1-1-3 survives. Cabochard as well. KC do not care. They make the dive happen.
And there it is. It's going to be first blood. I think that turret might just go down as well, but okay, they are going to be able to hold on to it. And that's a big deal, because you are going to be able to get first blood, or first tower plate, maybe, for Crown Shot in the bottom lane. I think that's probably what you want to play towards. Get the Cephalios, all this extra gold, but ultimately, Aggressivu, he TPs to try and save the turret. It technically does get saved, but he gives away the first kill in the game here.
I just love the confidence from this roster as a whole beatdown. I mean, look at it again. Just, you're threatening a Kennen with a Slicing Maelstrom. Doesn't have flash, but still, he has a Slicing Maelstrom and they go anyway.
Yeah, immediately, as soon as the slow comes through, they just go in on this man. And even with the stun up, you can see it. Cabochard is the one tanking up, which means once that Ionian Fervor is fully stacked up, he's healing a lot of HP. And that is what's allowing him to sustain and take all those turret shots. And it's like you said, that knowledge, that willingness to limit test and push these boundaries is what's so impressive to us about K-Corp. And now, okay, Cabochard didn't get the local gold,
no.
So that is a little unlucky, but if you're BDSA, you're like, nice.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely feeling good about that one. But Cabochard also, you know, opting in for an early Wit's End. I do like the build, and he is now 30 CS up over Aggressivu here. And this has definitely been an incredible opening here for Cabochard, showing us that, hey, you can also ban away my Jace, my Graves, it does not matter. I have plenty of champions that I can fall back on too, and we are seeing it at the moment. But BDSA, they're going to take this opportunity to see if they can actually lock in this Ocean Dragon. 1-1-3 is in the area, but I don't think he's going to have an angle in. So nice play here for BDSA. We'll be able to equal up the Dragons.
And this is pretty nice for, actually I'm going to hold that thought. Huntera isn't level 6, but he still might be looking. Oh my god.
All right, he will be able to connect. Death Sentence also follows. A lot of damage. Huntera is low, will drop, but Reckless finds one, might be able to find 2. Rockets come out, 1-1-3 gets in there. Shio goes down,
right?
But will be a trade. So 2 for 2, but Seiken and Cabochard, they are now in the mix. What can they find? Ground shot a little bit low, does have red and white. Reckless gets ulted, Unleash Power comes through. Not enough to finish off the kill, and now I think KC going to give this one up.
Oh, it's going to be tough.
Oh, they're going back in. Cabochard sent to the play. Crown Shot is low. Crown Shot is dead. KC, they do not give up the play. They go back in and find initiation.
They just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and they keep on finding plays. And what I was going to even highlight, too, before this happened, is that with Aggressivu taking so much, or losing so much, rather, in the top lane, it's this calculated loss where it's, okay, we're going to play towards our bot lane. Even if Aggressivu falls behind, he's still Kennen. He's still going to be able to make the play. The problem is, if Irelia keeps picking up kills, she's going to be a problem to deal with too. This is a great catch out by Huntera and the rest of KC, and they're able to end up finishing off these kills. It's unfortunate you give one over to Crown Shot, but it immediately becomes worth it with this dive that we see following after. And it'll take a couple seconds to get there, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, one had to flash, Seiken has no mana, we're fully safe, and then Cabochard.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, they're going to back up the play, and then Cabochard just waiting kind of off the observer camera when we originally saw it, but through the replay, gets in there with the flash. Vanguard's edge is good. 2-0 now on Cabochard, still holding on to a CS lead, and now he might just freeze this top wave. And Aggressivu, I mean, he is down in the bot side here, so all this waves, or all this golden XP, about to be denied slowly but surely, and now they have to kind of collapse and see if they can take down this bot lane tower, and they should be able to do it.
Yeah, and it's going to be, plays are still up, so it's going to be a nice amount of gold into BDSA's pocket overall, but it's, as you say, a lot of minions going to be lost on the top side of the map, and they know they can't do anything about it now. It's hopefully the ability to find a play that they're looking for here, because now they're in this 5v4 situation. They are denying farm from Reckless, who is the down 30 CS because of all the attention BDSA have been paying this bottom side of the map. So that is something for them to be working through. Crown Shot, as long as they can keep him alive, all this gold, oh my god, all this gold, all this attention is going to end up being worth it, because you have ways to set up the Aphelios, like we talked about in Champ Select. You have the damage, he's running PTA. If you let him play front to back, Crown Shot will win you this game.
Reset now here for Cabochard. Reckless has certainly been playing weak side, but despite playing weak side, he's actually been able to keep up in CS for the most part, and that's with all the plates kind of going over to Crown Shot here for the majority of those first four. But we'll just be down just slightly despite everything that's been happening here for us. Aggressive now trying to do maybe just a little bit of slow pushing, freezing himself, see if he can try to get himself back into the game. But if he decides to do this, then this could enable Cabochard to make another cross-map play if he so wishes. But we'll have to see really what Aggressive decides to do here with the wave itself. But now 4-2, it is going to be a very close game, just about 500 gold lead for the side of KC. Objectives coming up very soon here for us. 2 beats down. The Rift Herald looks like it is now up and available here in the next few seconds, and we'll also have a Dragon in a minute 25.
I think the Dragon is the thing you're playing for here. Aggressivu partially shoves out the wave, and now he's immediately going bot to answer that one. It has time before there's time before Cabochard ends up pushing this one, and the fact that Aggressivu has a teleport means he can join. The teleports have been unleashed for a play topside if it happens, but I think it's all about the Dragon in this case. I think you can let go of this Rift Herald if you're BDSA and just focus your attention on this bottom side of the map. They don't seem to agree with me, though. They want to put their focus on this top side here. They're going to try maybe and catch out Cabochard. The problem is Huntera is looking for them as well. This is pretty dangerous here. I think a trade of objectives would be better.
Mid lane priority now. KC should be able to get this. Reckless is also here to assist. And where are they going to move to next? Lots of vision set up around the Rift Herald. And now we'll see exactly where they go to. KC might be prioritizing the Rift. While this happens, Aggressive is going to be able to get a massive wave shoved in here. Reckless is going to have to go and catch it. So this is maybe a window of opportunity for BDSA. There is plenty of objectives to take. The Dragon's coming up in 20 seconds, and I think that's where both of these teams have their eyes really set on. They want to make sure that they're grabbing these mountain dragons. We know how important they can be. All those resistances, they certainly add up.
Okay, I don't think that's going to... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to follow up on that, but now, because Shiko was shoving that top wave and took a bit of a late back, Shio might have to play for the steal. Actually, looking like he might just let this go. I mean, all this setup, and they're just going to let it go, Austin.
Right. Sleepy Trouble Bubble comes out, doesn't connect, but it's fine. It zones them away. And now Shio, will he be engaged on? No, he is not the target. They do not want him. Crown Shot does have red and white as well. This This would be a decent moment for them to fight if they could find the angle. 113 is actually going to get poked out to about half health here. Ground shot will punish him for following up there on the Sonic Wave, but I think resets will mostly be taken. Dragon was secured. BDSA, they're just not looking to pull the trigger.
I mean, this is what I call this is what I mean when I say they get in front row seats to objectives takes, and it's
right.
I mean, front row seats have a cost, Austin, and it's letting KC stack these dragons. Mount and Soul of all things being very terrible thing to allow this team composition to have. Making them more durable is going to be very difficult. Make it harder for the carries to be able to take them out here. You're still hoping you're gonna be able to get this mid tier 1 turret, and you will. It opens up the map here for the side of BDSA. And Shio's going to be able to walk away from that ultimate there. As things kind of slow down, K-Corp are going to be able to get the best of both worlds here. They got the 50, I mean, we'll call it a quote-unquote 50-50 for the Dragon, and they're going to also be able to just take the second Rift Herald here. They're just winning on all sides.
Yeah, they lose the tower, but like you say, objectives here at least do appear to be going over just about uncontested. It's resets that come through here for the bot lane of BDSA, so I don't think there's ever a world that you're going to be able to move in here. Reckless is going to be able to shred this Rift Herald down without a problem whatsoever. So this is now going to be the second Rift. Secured. 113 smites it out. Will collect the Rift Herald, and it looks like they're pinging immediately over to the mid lane because they know Ground Shot is in the top side.
That's right, and you know Aggressive isn't going to be able to TP in front of Cabochard. It's just going to be an easy 4 versus what they think is a 4 versus 1. But even with their Dote and Crown Shot showing up, Herald's going to be able to get the charge. Nothing's really going to come of it here. Now you see Aggressive probably has to be more careful because KC have a very deep presence in this bottom side jungle. With them showing off the map, gotta imagine he's going to stop walking towards this turret any second now. He's been receiving so much attention from all of K-Corp, but he's been handling like a champ, I'm not going to lie. Only died one time. Is down a good amount of CS, but that's to be expected.
Mid lane tower will inevitably be taken down to tie things up here through the turrets across the board, putting them in a pretty decent spot here, but still only about 800 gold differential. And I mean, we kind of heard this, you know, through our earlier segment here with Sierra and Ravish beatdown, where it's like if you can at least minimize a lot of the early pressure here from a team like K-Corp, they have lost games where they haven't been able to build sizable leads heading into the mid to late game. Now, they have looked a lot better as of late, but I feel like this is at least a decent look for BDSA, and we know they can be a strong team fighting team as well, and they have the tools to be able to disengage, engage themselves here. So we'll see how this mid game ends up shaping up as more and more item power spikes about to start to come through here for both of these teams.
Yeah, and I like that you bring that up because if we look even just in the last 5 games that they have won in this 5-game win streak that we've been talking about, hyping up for KC, they've had insane gold leads by 50 minutes every single time. This is actually the first time that hasn't happened here. And I mean, this is even a stark contrast to the first time these two met in the first round robin. So it is a good chance for BDSA. And we talked about it already. They have good team fight tools to be able to win this one out. But now, finally, Aggressive, he's been farming and laning as safely as he can. He has to start taking part in these fights. He's going to be the enabler for Chico and for Crown Shot especially.
Minute 20 on the next Dragon. This could be soul point for KC. Put them in a really good position. Again, more resistances for someone like Cabochard, someone like 113, Hantera, all diving in there, looking for the play, looking for the setup. BDSA will contest from the outside perimeter here, but they're just going to be able to set up some shallow vision. Can't really get inside of the river, and this is, well, when we talk about the Zoe, this is the power of her, right? You can come out here, hit these sleepy trouble bubbles, threaten the paddle stars to chunk your carries down to half HP, and Reckless kind of just throws out the R to chunk out Shio a tad bit. So it's a contest, but how about the kick? Crown Shot in some trouble. Will just be a quick flash and gets away with the help of the Lantern.
Look at all that pressure there. You still have Cabochard splitting on this bottom side of the map. He has the Hull Breaker, which has just been the staple top lane item, it seems, for the last couple of days here for split pushing. And it makes this Irelia, who's one of the best duelists this game has, even harder to take down when she is alone in the side lane. And that's what we're going to see Cabochard do a lot. He's on this bottom side because Dragon's up in less than 30 seconds, and that's why we're seeing Seiken recall too. This is important for KC to be able to get this third Dragon. It's how they're going to be able to close this game out with that soul.
2 items for Crown Shot. Eyes on him. Doesn't have the flash because 113 did kick him in, but was able to at least get away with his life. But will they be able to find another angle? That Dragon Rage will not be up for this fight. Shio does go in. That's a great ultimate here from Huntera. Dote goes golden. Will not get hit with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but the Sonic Wave will land and he has to flash back to safety. That's going to be a lot of cooldowns used. A lot of health bars low, as it's now going to be the Dragon. That's the target. Who can get onto it? Who will secure it? Sole point now for KC. If they can grab the third one of the game, it would be tough for BDSA. Shio, can he get in there? Look. He's been able to steal these before. 50-50 smite. Shio gets it. And now, can KC look for the fight? 1-1-3 over the wall. Will be bursted out. Will go in, and he is taken down. Aggressive finds it, and Aggressive moves in with the ultimate slicing maelstrom. Will back KC off from the fight, but another Sleepy Trouble Bubble will be able to land on the Shio. They can't follow it up, and that's a big move here for Shio to get the Dragon and get out here with his life.
Oh, we keep talking about Shio in the early game, but another thing we mentioned is Shio's clutch factor. The way he's able to come up when he needs it to ice up and make the plays happen. We saw another example of it here. He wins the 50-50 Austin, and he keeps his team alive, soaking up a lot of that damage with the Crescent Guard and allowing them to walk away, not only for free, Austin, but with a kill. And you can see it in this replay here. I'm watching this the whole time thinking, Aggressive, you gotta look, but he held until the very last moment. The game plan was simple. Shio goes in, tries to spread people out with the Crescent Guard, and hopes that he can go for that 50-50 smite. He definitely gets it here, and he gets to walk away in the process. 1-1-3, thinking he can kill Dote, is what ends up getting over the kill.
And then you see it here. Slicing Maelstrom. Aggressive moves forward, zones them off. Incredibly well done. Cavalshard, he's caught on the wrong side of the tower, and he might actually end up dropping.
Oh, wow.
Easy pickup here. Crown shot. He's going to grab himself a pretty big bounty for really no trouble whatsoever.
But it's just going to be that simple here. Nice bounty for this Aphelios Crown Shot we keep talking about. Big focus on this team, big carry player. Getting them any extra gold is definitely a plus for this roster. And the fact that BDSA managed to deny that Soul point, they slowed down the game considerably as a result. They don't have to worry about Soul in a couple of minutes time now for KC. They can focus their efforts on this top side of the map because Baron is going to be up very, very shortly. And we can see the replay in the pip in the bottom side of the map. It's Cabochard thinking, oh, let me just land this flawless duet. I'm going to jump in there. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. 80 carries broken.
80 carries broken. My goodness. Can you believe it? This roll.
It's disgusting. we should buff assassins again.
Yeah, get him in there.
I agree.
But Crown Shot now, with that, I mean, he is in a great position to be able to carry this game here for BDSA. I mean, on top of that, Chico is also a threat of his own. 2 items, working towards a third here. Probably sitting in a good amount of goals. He's got a bounty over his head, but Shio's actually in a bit of trouble.
Oh.
But a great ultimate throws 1-1-3 to the wrong side of the map, and now he is totally isolated. And 1-1-3 will go down. Aggressive finds the kill. Good play here from Dote, able to at least buy a bit of time, but I think he will be left out for dead. Cavalshard will be able to get in there and finds a trade.
And it's jungle for support. You take those any day of the week if you are BDSA, managing to come out on top yet again. Kind of punishing 1-1-3 for the play he goes for here. Again, Crescent Guard manages to knock 1-1-3 into the team, and it's an easy pickup for BDSA. They won't be able to do anything like go for the Baron, but they manage to hold on to this even game state, which once again, as long as they get to play front to back, heavily benefits them.
Shio's just going to wait here in the bottom dot brush. Huntera is also the round, but Cabochard, he will go in. Shio is here. Will they have enough damage? Oh my goodness! And now the tower will be taken down. Could this be a turnable situation for KC? Dashing in and out, Cabochard will be taken down, I believe. Shio gets the kill, so does result in a 1-for-1, but KC, they get the tower.
They do, and a lot of extra gold into Cabochard's pocket. Oh my god, the ghost coming in for Chico. It's funny, we actually didn't end up mentioning that at all, but it ends up coming in clutch.
Oh man, the action continues. A slow early game turns into a great late game all of a sudden. The burn is there. He's able to go 1-for-1. It is going to be a good pickup at the very least, but that will be the jungler down for the meantime.
A Death Dance doing wonders for the jungler of BDSA. At some point, though, probably want to build a little more magic resistance. Seiken was out here blowing him up. Ultimately, though, BDSA Shio managing to go 1-for-1 in all these situations is so important here, and the fact that he comes up with 30 seconds left on the Dragon is perfect. You aren't going to have the pressure Dote is probably looking for to be able to set up any deep vision, but they already have good enough vision at the moment here. It's just going to be Crown Shot, who has both his summoners back up, trying to push up here. I think pushing up maybe more than he should, but ultimately it's fighting for this priority, so when Shio gets back on the map, he can be able to help set up this play, help go for this Dragon, because this could be soul point for either team.
It could be. 1K gold lead right now in favor of Karmine Corp. And what are they going to be able to do here for us? Last one stolen away from Shio, but this time, 1-1-3, he has the kick at the start of the fight, and he has gone in many, many times here, and BDSA have been able to punish him the good majority of it. Seiken looking for some poke, but actually eats a good amount of damage right back. That's going to be the Solar Flare. Dote is low. Kabashar looking to try to make the big play, but it's the Slicing Maelstrom combined with the Unleashed Power that has taken down KC. It's a double picked up, but can KC try to save the fight? I think they have to walk away, and this will be BDSA grabbing another Dragon.
And again, when they support Crown Shot, he does wonders for your squad. They protect this Aphelios and make it so that it's an easy soul point coming through despite Seiken's best attempts. K-Corp, we're seeing what happens when they can't smash the early game, when they can't rip teams to pieces in the first 15 minutes.
And this is one of those comps where you need it. Who's really sitting in the front line besides Huntera? And you're seeing it now, where if Kabashar can't really get a flank here, it's tough because he's got to kind of just face tank all the damage.
Right, you can see it. Crown Shot in this entire situation is like, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm autoing, yeah, I have to flash, it's no big deal. Full HP, full HP. His HP is still full, Austin, and he's able to just keep the damage coming. And until they can do something about this Aphelios, K-Corp aren't winning any of these fights.
No, they are not. Well, Reckless has been kind of the sleeper carry here, where he is a Jinx. He is almost on 3 items, very close to that Infinity Edge, but you can see the Infinity Edge. It is now secured for Crown Shot. 4-1-3 has been a part of a huge majority of the kills here. And will he be able to kind of carry BDSA to victory, get revenge on KC? Perhaps could be in the cards for us, but the Baron now going to be the big focus right now for both of these squads. Kabashard able to get that wave pushed in. That's the ultimate there from Montera. It goes wide, but they still are able to at least get the flash here from Aggressivu.
That is going to limit his abilities to make those big plays with the Slicing Maelstrom, but ultimately not a whole lot gotten here. A little bit of vision, I guess, with that Super Mega Death Rocket. Reckless has been very, very liberal with
man, what a play from Kabashard here. It could be a solo kill. It's a solo kill. What a play. Going over the wall, landing the flawless duet, and making sure that he punishes the Aggressivu again.
Oh, this is the shield bow build too, Austin. Nobody is killing Kabashard in the 1v1, and what an insane punish coming through. It means BDSA, they gotta back off. They don't have their engage tool. They don't have any map pressure, so now it's just about walking away, trying not to lose any more members. See if you get a pick.
Ooh, Huntera in a bad position, but the kick, it's perfect. Crown Shot will not be able to take the Lantern, and the kill is collected from Reckless. 1-1-3 goes in again, but BDSA, they will be able to kite this one out under their tier 2. They have a bit of safety, but are you really safe? Kabashard is up, he goes in, finds the damage. Shio has the flash over the wall, and does manage to escape with his life. KC putting on the pressure as they'll try to take a tier 2. Oh, Kabashard! He cannot be stopped. He is relentless as he finds another kill and the tower.
And he's going to look for another one here. No, he's not going to be able to do it. Oh my god.
I mean, he's 1v3. He will have to flash. He realizes now he has bit off more than he can chew. Yeah. The Ignite comes down. But what can KC get? It looks like they might just settle for some recalls and spend all the gold.
That is so much they got into their pockets now. We talked about the 3-item Jinx coming through. A Reckless has it. Infinity Edge, good to go. And this is an example of what these fights look like when K-Corp gets to pull the trigger here. And first, we got to take a look at the solo. As soon as he came over the wall, I think Aggressivu even knew, yeah, it's done. He's got me. And it makes it so hard. BDSA know they need to start backing off at this point here because Kabashard, as soon as he starts walking mid, it is a doomer. And you need your main engage threat if you're going to be able to reasonably team fight. Otherwise, this happens. 1-1-3, insane. Q into the Warthog flash kick.
And then they continue. 1-1-3 keeps going. Gore Drinker, a long replay here for us. We see him live at the bottom left. The Baron might end up going over here. We switch over. Shio can't get there in time. And KC, all they need to do is try to run, play their life. But BDS, they want to force the fight. Shio gets kicked away. And now KC, will they look for another re-engage? No, they will not. They get the Baron, and they all escape with their lives.
And it's just that easy here. K-Corp now back in the lead, very solidly too. That's 4,000 gold for them here. They get the Baron buff, which means Cabochard's split push threat is that much more intense, that much more threatening for the side of BDSA. And K-Corp now have all the tools they need to put this one away, especially Cabochard. He may not have ult, but he has just purchased a stopwatch, has the ability to be able to... Is he in trouble?
Oh, he might be. Oh, the Lantern coming in clutch all the time. Shio, though, will be hit by the chompers. He wants to try to survive here, and he doesn't have the caressing guard. Jungler is down, 35 seconds away from the soul.
And Shio's not even going to be there when the dragon is up. And I love this. K-Corp, they don't care about vision right now. They know they have time. They know the dragon is theirs on spawn. So they're running through the mid lane. They're going to take this mid inhibitor and force BDSA on the reset here. What little vision they have doesn't matter. What little power they have doesn't matter, as the supers are going to start coming through in this mid lane. And now K-Corp will also get the soul point, deny BDSA their big win con.
Dote's got to be careful here. Sleepy Trouble Bubble and Hantera. Hex flashes over the wall. If it wasn't the dragon the first time with the kill onto Shio, it certainly is now. And now you no longer have your support to get you any vision on the map.
None at all. This dragon is as good as KC's. I mean, it's lucky, or it's fortunate that BDSA managed to get those earlier dragons, so it isn't the soul. It's not a doomer yet, but this is tough. K-Corp now 6,000 gold ahead, in a position on the map where this is where their comp really starts to shine, where you have to walk into K-Corp. You have to walk into people like Zoe, like Leona, like Aurelia.
Keep listing them up.
just the Aurelia one. Yeah, it really does, man. And Cabochard is honestly the worst of them. Like, he's just a monster right now on this Aurelia pick, and we've seen him play it before. Great performances. Today is definitely the best of them, and he's such a difficult person to deal with at the moment here. BDSA, if they want to come out on top, it's going to be the same thing it's always been. Aggressivu, setting the team up. We are looking for these slicing maelstroms. A lot of them have been to save his own life, sometimes to no avail. This time it's got to be for the team.
Cabochard, level 18. 4 items and a stopwatch. KC, will they be able to end it? 25 seconds left on the Baron power play. Well, BDSA have to set up the defense. Sleepy Trouble Bubble connects from Seiken. Won't be able to get a paddle star in there, but the damage will follow, just slowly chipping away at those health bars, as they'll now turn their focus onto the tier 3 in the bot side, down to about 50% HP. The Caddy Minions are just doing all the work here for them. BDSA realize we need to walk up. Ultimate there, but doesn't really find a lot, and now it will be a Sleepy Trouble Bubble again, finding the mark onto Crown Shot. KC just going to wait for that next wave, but they no longer have the Baron.
And that cooldown is just hilariously low there for Seiken at level 16. Now, another wave coming through. Even with the Baron buff expiring, you still have so much range threat here coming through with these bubbles, with those paddle stars, and you're going to lose another inhib turret. Yes, you hold on to the inhib, but as soon as those supers come through, KC can look to pressure the inhibitor now while someone clears them out.
Slowly but surely, inhibitor going to be taken down here. Hook just going wide, and what is your engage angle? How do you enable Crown Shot right now? He is strong, but you have to set up a hook. You have to look for a big slicing maelstrom. KC are slowly able to take away another inhibitor, looks like. That's one of the hooks onto 113. A lot of damage goes in. The kick again every single time. A Crown Shot able to kite himself back. The Solar Flare is in. It's already a kill, but there's the slicing maelstrom. The big play from Aggressivu. However, it might be all for naught. KC, they are knocking on the door. It's up to Shio. A 1v2. Does he have it in him? It's stopwatch galore. Cabochard will survive, and KC win the fight, and they will take the game.
And they win another game in style here in week 6. They managed to pull it out. Cabochard in a classic Aurelia fashion. Just when you think he's dead, he is taking all of your lives.